This is the only street in America where a $200 million budget might not be enough to buy the best house on the block. In 2026, the definition of luxury real estate has shifted from expensive to astronomical. We aren't just talking about nice neighborhoods anymore, but specific stretches of asphalt where the entry price starts at 8 figures and the residents control more wealth than small countries. From the vertical vaults of New York City to a private island in Miami guarded by its own police force, these are the 10 most expensive streets in America. Before we count down the top 10, you need to understand what separates a wealthy street from a billionaire street in 2026. 10 years ago, a $100 million home sale was a global headline, but today, it is a quarterly occurrence. The ultra-wealthy have stopped buying just houses and are now buying security, isolation, and proximity to their peers. We are seeing a trend called assemblage, where buyers like Ken Griffin and Jeff Bezos purchase 3, 4, or 5 neighboring properties to build personal kingdoms. This scarcity drives prices on these specific roads to levels that defy logic. On these streets, you don't pay for square footage, but rather for the neighbor who isn't there. Coming in at number 10 is the street that built the modern tech world, Evergreen Point Road in Medina, Washington. For decades, this quiet tree-lined stretch along Lake Washington has served as the gold standard for tech wealth. Bill Gates spent 7 years and $63 million constructing Xanadu 2.0 here, a smart home so advanced it tracks residents with microchips. While Jeff Bezos recently moved his primary base to Miami, his history here cemented the street's reputation. The appeal isn't just the water, but the privacy. Massive hedges shield sprawling compounds from the road, and the location offers a quick commute to Bellevue and Redmond. You won't find flashiness here, just quiet, calculated trillion-dollar power hidden behind iron gates. Number 9 takes us to the heart of Los Angeles power at Mapleton Drive in Holmby Hills. If you want to see where Hollywood royalty sleeps, this is it. This street houses the legendary Playboy Mansion, which sold for $100 million back in 2016, a number that seems almost quaint today. Just down the street sits The Manor, the 56,000 square foot palace built by Aaron Spelling, which later traded hands for $119 million. Mapleton differs from the hills of Bel Air because it is flat, wide, and lined with properties that resemble French chateaus and English manors rather than California bungalows. It is the chosen address for those who treat their lives like a cinematic masterpiece. At number 8, we cross the country to Miami Beach, where exclusivity is measured by water frontage. Star Island Drive is unique because the entire neighborhood is a single gated oval floating in Biscayne Bay. Every single home here backs onto the water. This has long been the playground for celebrities like Gloria Estefan and Sean Diddy Combs, but the financial elite have recently taken over. Hedge fund titan Ken Griffin began buying up properties here in 2020, dropping tens of millions to assemble a compound that spans multiple lots. The shift on Star Island is palpable, as what used to be a street for pop stars is becoming a fortress for billionaires, who park super yachts in their backyards. Number 7 is known simply as Billionaire Lane. Meadow Lane in Southampton occupies a fragile 5-mile strip of sand between the Atlantic Ocean and Shinnecock Bay. The geography makes it one of the most desirable and precarious addresses on Earth. You have water on both sides of your house, offering sunrise and sunset views from a single room. The residence list reads like a who's who of Wall Street, including Apollo Global Management co-founder Leon Black and fashion mogul Calvin Klein. In 2020, Ken Griffin bought Klein's compound for $84 million. In the summer, the air traffic from private helicopters ferrying residents to Manhattan is so intense, it has sparked local lawsuits. Florida appears again at number 6, but this isn't Miami. Gordon Drive in Naples serves as the main artery of the Port Royal neighborhood, a community so exclusive that membership to its private club is attached to the property deed. If you buy the house, you get the club. In 2025, a compound at 2200 Gordon Drive shattered records when it sold for $133 million. The buyers here are often retired Midwestern CEOs and quiet billionaires who prefer the pristine, manicured streets of Naples to the chaotic energy of Miami. The homes are massive, the lawns are perfect, and the wealth is incredibly understated until you look at the sale prices. Number 5 is the most vertically expensive street in history, 57th Street in Manhattan, better known as Billionaires Row. This is an engineering marvel where pencil-thin towers like Steinway Tower and Central Park Tower scrape the stratosphere. The prices here defy gravity, with Ken Griffin buying a penthouse at 220 Central Park South for $240 million, setting a national record at the time. However, there is a dark side to 57th Street. In 2026, many of these units sit dark at night. The vacancy rates are high because these aren't homes, but safe deposit boxes in the sky. Investors buy them to park capital rather than to live in them, creating a ghost town in the clouds. We head back to the sunshine for number 4. North County Road in Palm Beach represents the island's deep-rooted history. The southern end of the island grabs headlines, but North County Road hosts the legendary Kennedy Compound, where President JFK spent his winters. This street balances historic 1920s estates with modern mega mansions. The privacy here is intense, with towering hedges hiding homes that routinely trade for over $70 million. In 2026, the market here has tightened to the point where even offering $100 million might not get you a viewing. It is the address for those who want the work with these purpose, but when make sure that you won't take the point for those who Palm Beach lifestyle but find the commercial areas too crowded. Number 3 is the most secure street in America. Indian Creek Island Road is the only street on Indian Creek Island, widely known as the Billionaire Bunker. This man-made fortress has only 41 residential lots, and they are guarded by a private 13-person police force that patrols the waters 24/7. The roster of residents is staggering, with Tom Brady, Ivanka Trump, and Jeff Bezos all calling this street home. Bezos didn't just buy one house, he bought 3, spending nearly $240 million to assemble his own corner of the island. In 2025, a vacant lot consisting of just dirt sold for $105 million. When you pay 9 figures for dirt, you know you're in a league of your own. Number 2 is the legendary Pacific Coast Highway in Malibu, specifically the stretches known as Carbon Beach and Paradise Cove. For years, Carbon Beach was called Billionaires Beach because of residents like Oracle founder Larry Ellison. But recently, the real money moved a few miles west to Paradise Cove. This is where Jay-Z and Beyonce dropped $200 million on a concrete fortress designed by Tadao Ando. Just down the road, Oakley founder James Jenard sold his estate for $210 million in 2024. These homes sit directly on the sand facing the Pacific Ocean, yet they trade for prices higher than most skyscrapers. It is the ultimate mix of laid-back California surfer culture and unimaginable net worth. The title for the most expensive street in America belongs to South Ocean Boulevard in Palm Beach. This isn't just a street, but the epicenter of global wealth in 2026. This is where Donald Trump's Mar-a-Lago club sits, but the real story is just down the road. Billionaire Ken Griffin has spent over a decade and more than $450 million buying up property after property to build the most expensive private home on the planet. His estate will span from the ocean to the lake, a scale that simply doesn't exist anywhere else. With individual sales clearing $100 million regularly and an assemblage worth over $1 billion, South Ocean Boulevard stands alone at the top. These streets tell us that for the ultra-wealthy, the ultimate luxury isn't gold faucets or marble floors, but control. Control over your view, your neighbors, and your privacy. Whether it's a fortress in Malibu or a private island in Miami, the price of admission is now 9 figures. As wealth continues to concentrate, these 10 streets are effectively becoming independent states within America. If you want to see more breakdowns of how the 0.01% live, spend, and build, hit that subscribe button and I'll see you in the next one.